Continuing on with our Battleground predictions, we have the Divas Championship. Brie Bella gets a shot against AJ Lee. And Brie Bella's going to lose, I think, here. They're going to keep it on AJ Lee for a little while longer. Maybe drop it to another one of the Total Divas people. I think maybe Natalya. But they could be doing it with Brie Bella, but I don't think they're going to do it right now. If they do have her drop it, it'll be maybe at Hell in a Cell. And match-wise, I don't think it's going to be that good. What do you guys think about this? Start with Burhan.
Meh. Not a fan of the Bellas. Not a fan of them wrestling anybody. I'm going to be taking a very long piss break when this match is happening. So, AJ
Lee. Drew?
I'm going to go with AJ Lee because why the hell not? Why isn't this Natalya? That's why I want to know.
Because Natalya went like 2 months ago.
Yeah, but why the fuck does it have to be one of the Bellas? Yeah. Which was someone else. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna hate this pay-per-view. So next, please.
Would you rather it be Cameron or Naomi?
Yes, it could be either one of them. It could be Yvette Marie, because I'd rather watch a match of her just so I could look at her instead of it being the less attractive Bella.
Give it to what's her name from NXT, JoJo.
Or give it to JoJo, even though God knows what she could do.
I'll tell you who's giving it to JoJo.
Suck my dick.
Randy Orton.
See, why do you guys...
Maybe bring Stacy Keibler back. Maybe she'll wrestle this match.
Burhan, I don't know how they do humor over there, but subtlety is usually how we do things in America. You don't just go straight to the dick-sucking part. You got to be subtle about it, like Mango tried to be. But no, you're like, I'm having her suck my dick. It's like, that's funny, Burhan.
That's a Randy Orton quote, by the way.
It's Burhan. He had to restrain himself from going with a butt joke.
Mango knows.
Who do you think's winning, Miguel?
I think there's money in this feud, even if it's not compared to most Divas feuds. I think there is actually money in this, so I think they're going to try to stretch this out more. So I think AJ's going to keep the belt.
Dace?
I'm calling it now. This is going to be the show stealer, and AJ's going to win. I'll be watching. I'm going to be staring at both asses going back and forth across the ring, so it's going to have my attention the entire time.
So you think the winners are going to be the audience?
I think it's going to be me. I think everybody in the basement's going to be losing because I'm going to be fapping, but, it's me.
If you see any tweets from me or any updates where it's just like I can't look to the left of me, Dace is fapping or something like that, you know what it's...
Yeah, I'll be like, gross, Dace is doing it again.
I got to entertain myself somehow during this pay-per-view, and it's going to be dead ass.
Doing it again. It's like, why did he start doing this in the middle of the World Heavyweight title match, too?
Dace has clearly never seen Brooke Tessmacher, is all I'm saying.
Oh, I've touched Brooke Tessmacher. It's fantastic.
That sounded so creepy.
So Dace has a Brooke Tessmacher blow-up doll?
No, I'll show you pictures after the show. I've touched her.
Legally?
Legally. I got some of that. Nah, I mean...
And he didn't even have to pay her $75.
Nope.
Oh,
got her outside in the parking lot.
Peyton, save us.
I think y'all are a bunch of haters and a bunch of perverts. These are women who are trying to be the absolute best in their craft and put on an entertaining show for everybody in the audience and watching at home, and you're demeaning them by saying they're nothing but a piss break or something just to use as eye candy. You guys make me sick.
God, you sound like any girl at my school.
Hey, come on, man. I actually was polite when it comes to the Divas. I said,
fine, Miguel, you get a pass.
I own up. I'm the perv. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
No, I don't want to watch Nick or Brie wrestle. That's all.
As far as this match, I am. I don't know if they're going to do it this month or if they're going to do it next month, but I honestly do think we're going to see this belt ending up on Brie Bella and sooner than later. And it's not that I want to see AJ Lee's title reign end. She can always get it back later on. But with where things are going right now with Brie Bella, how they've just randomly turned her babyface, how they're giving her all this shine and exposure of her being Daniel Bryan's fiance now, with Randy Orton making passes at her. Notice the words that Randy Orton's always using when he approaches her. You're too good for him. You should be doing better. You should be with me. Well, I could see Brie Bella winning the title on this night. Daniel Bryan later on not being so successful and having Randy Orton have that much more fodder to say, look, you can get a title, but he can't and I can. So maybe you should be with me instead of him. And we could see that play out further wherever they want to go with that.
I think that's going to happen. I could see that happening, but I'm gonna say say it's gonna happen at the next pay-per-view, and the only reason is because I think they can make I think they can get notoriety on their Divas rematch if they do a rematch at the Cell pay-per-view by setting it in one of the Cell matches. You know, by being able to say this is gonna be the first Cell match with women in it. I mean, it's not gonna change anything. It's gonna be a normal matchup, but they can promote it as, you know, the first women's Cell matchup, and I think that is probably where you have her win the belt.
No,
Yeah,
Brie Bella versus AJ Lee is not a cooked enough feud to warrant a Cell match like that.
Half the feuds that
who
go
the fuck
to the
cares?
Cell pay-per-view aren't. They just happen to have to do
No,
it.
but to be the first women's one, especially they don't really have women wrestle like that. You know, they never had a women's ladder match. They never even really had a women's hardcore match. Those, if they have, they probably had like 2 or 3.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think it's just gonna be a regular matchup that happens to be in the Cell, but they can promote it as saying, you know, this feud is going to happen in a Cell, and you know, they can build it up to be something huge. And I think if they do that, that's when you pull the trigger on Brie Bella winning the title. I mean, it's strictly for advertisement purposes, but I could see WWE doing that.
They have to make something happen this night. And
I honestly think, skipping ahead to Hell in a Cell a little bit, and for later on in this evening and all that, I think we're only getting one Cell match, and I think we're only getting Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, and that's it. I really don't expect them to have any kind of thing with the Divas. I'm expecting a rematch between these two at Hell in a Cell, but that's just because AJ retains and Brie wins another shot or something like that. But
That sounds right.
all right, we pretty much ran down everything with that. We're gonna roll along here, and we're gonna talk about the next match in part 6, which is the Intercontinental Championship: Curtis Axel and R-Truth.
Woo.